Hello, my name is Stephen Dreikorn, and I'm happy to be reading to you today the book Zany Zoo by Norman Bridwell. At the conclusion of the book, I'll read a brief biography about the author. Zany Zoo was written in 1966. Last summer, Timmy had a wonderful job. Every day he went to the zoo to help Mr. Penny, the zookeeper. He fed the birds and put catnip mice in the lion's cage. Mr. Penny loved all the animals. He taught Timmy all about them. It was a wonderful job. One day, when he got to the zoo, Mr. Penny said he was going to the zookeeper's meeting. Mrs. Penny was going to take care of the zoo while he was away. Timmy and Mrs. Penny told him not to worry about anything. They would see him in a week. As soon as Mr. Penny left, Mrs. Penny wanted to rush back to the zoo. She said she had a lot of things to do before Mr. Penny came home. She wanted to change the whole zoo. She said it needed a woman's touch. "I have a lot of things to change," she said, and she told Timmy all the things she was going to do. First, she was going to brighten up the cages with some pretty curtains. Wouldn't Mr. Penny be surprised? She said the hippopotamus was too fat and ugly. She wanted to put the hippo on a diet and give her dancing lessons. Mrs. Penny said the lions had messy hair. "Oh, just like little boys," she said. She was going to give them haircuts and comb their hair neatly. She said the hyena was very rude. He laughed all the time. She would teach him good manners. And poor zebras. Mrs. Penny felt sorry for them. They always had to wear the same coats. They would all get nice new coats with new designs like stripes and circles and patterns. And the giraffes were so quiet. They never seemed to have any fun at all. Mrs. Penny wanted to teach them to play musical instruments. And she thought the tiger was just too grouchy. She wanted him to be friendly and happy. Mrs. Penny liked the monkeys. They were so much fun. But they could smell a little nicer. Some perfume would be helpful. Mrs. Penny said, "Starting tomorrow, we'll change the zoo. Won't that be a nice surprise for Mr. Penny?" What could Timmy say? He didn't want her to change the zoo. Would you? So he ran to the office and he made a phone call to Mr. Penny. The next morning, Mrs. Penny had a letter and an airplane ticket. Mr. Penny was lonely and he wanted her to come to the meeting too. She was sorry, but Timmy would have to take care of the zoo and make the changes all by himself. So Timmy rushed back to the zoo. And he did just what you would do. Nothing. The end. Norman Ray Bridwell was an American author and cartoonist best known for creating the Clifford the Big Red Dog book series. Bridwell was born in February 1928 in Kokomo, Indiana. He graduated from Kokomo High School in 1945 and went on to attend John Herron School of Art at Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis, and Cooper Union in New York City. While at Harper & Row, an editor offhandedly suggested he turn one of his drawings into a story. The drawing was of a young girl and a horse-sized bloodhound, and the story became Clifford the Big Red Dog. That book spawned over 40 best-selling books, 3 animated television series, merchandise, a live musical, and a live-action film. Clifford serves as the official mascot of Scholastic, the publisher of the series. Bridwell's other successful books include The Witch Next Door, How to Care for Your Mother, and A Tiny Family. There are over 126 million copies of his books in print in 13 languages. Ray and his wife Norma resided in Edgartown, Massachusetts on Martha's Vineyard from 1969 until his death in 2014.